And the chip that goes into your cell phone, the African man from Nigeria, he created that.
Yes, sir.
Why are we so poor
Corten.
as a people?
Corten.
We have so much riches.
Say it again.
Corten.
It's because
That's the
we don't
mineral from
believe
Africa they need to put
that
in
we
phones.
are
Corten.
filled with
Yeah,
wealth.
I believe that's the
We are
way for them.
still on the slave ship, SHIP, sickness, hatred, ignorance, and poverty.
It's true.
When we need to go on the sail and love boat of health, love, awareness, and wealth.
Yes, sir.
When you get off the sinking slave ship of sickness, hatred, ignorance, and poverty, and get on the sail and love boat of health, love, awareness, and wealth, you heal yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We as a people are sick people, but never healed from the conditions of slavery.
Yes, sir.
And actually, we were never slaves.
Not us.
We were prisoners of war.
Yeah.
The First World War was what they called the African transatlantic slave trade.
Yes, sir.
The root word of slave is Slav, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslovakia. We never were slaves. That's European history.
Yes.
That's Caucasian history. During the bubonic plague and during the potato famine, what Europeans did was that they enslaved their own people because they was using human cargo and human beings as sources and realms of industry. And when you perceive someone as just being an economic engine, you dehumanize their humanization of themselves, and you take away their sacred divinity from the reflection of being one with the God source of the universe. Human beings are not instruments of economic exploitation.
That's right.
Human beings was made in the image and likeness of God. And when you rob a human being from their consciousness of being God consciousness or Christ consciousness or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consciousness, then you have them act like the devil. And the devil is not black. A devil is not white. A devil is anyone who deals in ill, someone who is a doer of evil, someone who contemplates, inspired, motivated from evil intentions and do the evil intentions that they are desiring in their heart.
That's right. That's right.
So what has happened to us as a people is that we have been robbed of a knowledge of self. And the knowledge of self is not that we are black, not that we are African, not that we are Afro-American, not that we are Negro, not that we are Caribbean, but the knowledge of self that we was robbed of is the knowledge of being direct descendants of God. You could never put a people into slavery if they realize their God consciousness. So Harriet Tubman said, I'm not no slave, I'm free. I ain't gonna be on the plantation. She came back 400 different times to free African people. I'm not a slave. My name is Nat Turner. Nat Turner's rebellion. I'm not a slave. I am a direct descendancy of God, the Makbisi. What we as an African people must do is that we must be willing to surrender our will to do the will of God, and then economics will flow abundantly.
Yes, sir.
We think the way out of slavery is money. In 1971, the president, Richard Nixon, took the gold standard off the dollar bill.
Yes,
so
sir.
the dollar bill is not even worth anything in France.
Yes, sir.
They're using the euro or the franc.
1934.
Try to use the dollar bill, they'll laugh at you. Go to England and try to use the dollar bill. They use the pound.
Yes, sir.
When you value money and when you believe that money will get you free, you are surrendering your will to the will of evil, because on the back of the dollar bill it says, in God we trust.
Exactly.
It's not the money that's going to get us out of the conditions that we are in. It's the consciousness of God consciousness that will deliver us into the abundancy of the universal application of the money that we are seeking to get. So in closing, I have a few friends that we're going to get into it who are here today. My best friend is books.
You got less money when you say.
And I forgot my best friend today, which is called the Webster Dictionary. But I remember words very eloquently. Let me just conclude on this. We have something called the hip-hop culture today, which I'm going to speak on. Most people think that hip hop is music entertainment.